Welcome to DCL Radio. You are listening to DCL Talk Show. And though we have lost games and to the rain, and also we had long weekend, it's a long break. But I promise you guys that we are going to have an exciting talk show today because I have three rookie captains with me who are eager to express their themselves and talk about their teams with all our audience. And as usual, I have two great gentlemen with me who will be driving the show, entire show, entire discussion with the three youngsters we have here. And at the end, we will do predictions for the next week. So, um, and before I introduce our regular analysts, I'll introduce our rookie captains who are going to be on this show tonight, um, expressing themselves about uh, their prospects and their experiences in DCL. And I have I mean, it's a privilege to introduce these guys, these great youngsters, and I feel honored and blessed to have these three guys here. And let me introduce first Arun, captain of Hitmen. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Jagan. How are you?
Good, good. Okay. The next one is Dinesh Devaraj from who is captain of UCA. Welcome to the show, Dinesh.
Hi, Jagan. Hello, everyone. Thank you.
Okay. The next one is Gurdeep Singh, captain of Punjab Warriors. I hope I said it right this time. Okay.
Yes,
Well,
Jagan. Yeah, well, great honor to be here, and thanks for this opportunity. Looking forward to it.
thank you guys. And let now I'll welcome Imti. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Jagan, and I would like to welcome our listeners for yet another show, the DCL Radio. And also, I'd like to give a warm welcome to our captains of the rookie teams, Arun, Dinesh, and Gurdeep. Hearty welcome to the show. And we do have some exciting analysis or talk today for the upcoming games. Although we lost 2 weeks because of the rain, but I'm sure everybody is still enthusiastic and want to go out and play, get some cricket out this weekend. So we'll talk about it more.
Okay. Welcome, Abhi.
Thank you, Jagan. Welcome to all the listeners to another episode of the DCL Radio Show. Welcome, Imti, my fellow analyst, and welcome to Arun, Dinesh, and Gurdeep. It's a pleasure to have you guys on the show. Unfortunately, we didn't have much games that were played in the last 2 weeks because of the rain playing a spoiled sport and followed by a long weekend. Well, at least that gave a good opportunity to all the players to spend enough time with their families and friends. I hope they're all fired up enough to get back onto the field now. So we'll be actually, like Jagan mentioned, we have the guests on the show and they'll be enticed with some interesting questions. So stay tuned, everyone. Welcome all.
Okay, you have very well said. There's a nice point you have given, Abhi. We had plenty of time to spend with our families, and frankly, in the last 10 years, I think this is the year I spent almost 10 days on vacation in a trot with my friends and family. And so there was one incident. I was going to McKinnon Island, and there happened to be few guys talking about DCL there. So,
Oh,
so that's it. And the best part is, they were talking about, winning DCL is something, a great achievement. That's how they are talking it. So I felt very happy, and unfortunately, I didn't get opportunity to introduce myself to them, and that's another indication that I'm too old for DCL. So I'm, all the young kids are coming in, and I'm unable to recognize them when I see them. So, and with that, I'll go with few normal questions to our captains. And the first question I would like to ask you is, give a little bit introduction about yourself, your family. I'll start with Arun.
Hello, guys. Yeah, this is Arun. I'm captain for Team Hitmen. So I live in Troy. I work at Apple, and I live with my wife. She's doing her master's at Oakland University. Yep, that's about me and my family.
Good. Dinesh.
hi there. So this is Dinesh. Live in Canton. I'm not young as Jagan introduced. I'm pretty old. So thanks for introducing me as a young guy. So that's good. Okay, wife and we work for a patent search firm. So we do patent searching and approvals for a living. Have a 7-year-old moving into second grade this year. Live in Canton, as I said.
Yeah, I would definitely call you young when compared to me. Okay. And now I go to Deepu. Deepu.
Yeah, this is Gurdeep. Well, I've been working in automotive until this point, and I also ran a Subway franchise for like 4 years. And now I'm doing my MBA from University of Michigan Ross. And with the MBA, I'm planning to switch my field to finance.
Okay, fantastic.
So it'll be an exciting journey moving forward. Yep, that's it.
Cool. That's it's really great to hear about you guys. Once again, welcome to the show. And my second question is, who's your favorite international cricket? Okay, I'll start with Arun.
My favorite international cricketer is MS because he keeps his calm in most of the times and he takes proper decisions. So he's my favorite captain and a player.
So, but it is not matching with your team's name.
I was about to say that. Yeah, I was actually expecting.
I mean, the team's name. It's like many people have asked, like, is it because you guys are Rohit Sharma fan? No, it's not like that. It's name.
You have a Rohit Sharma fan in analyst, so you'll hear about that one.
Everyone are Rohit Sharma fan.
Prepared to Arun for that.
Everyone, no one cannot like Rohit Sharma. But
Okay. I'll quickly go to Dinesh. Dinesh.
Okay, Kapil
Dev. Oh, fantastic. I love him. He's the first one to bring some pride to cricket in India, winning World Cup in 1983. And nobody can forget his 175 against Zimbabwe.
Yeah, exactly.
So Dinesh
and those
is now
4
officially
rolled.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt. I was saying Dinesh is now officially in the good books of Jagan because you said Kapil Dev, and that's one point that Jagan.
No,
okay.
see, I think coming to that point, right? So MSD is a given, right? MSD is a given, and so if you look back at it, I think the best all-rounder from India, without doubt, hands down, whatever you want to call it's Kapil Dev, right? And we talk about the 175 and the 4 sixes in England to save a follow-on in a test match. I think Gavaskar might have dropped him after that, I suppose. so some old stories like that. Yeah, Kapil Dev, and if people don't know, please, Kapil Dev, right?
Yeah, he and Sandeep Patel was dropped in India. In India, both were dropped.
So if I can take like 30 seconds, I was supposed to play for Hitmen. I was officially registered last year, so I was supposed to play for Arun. So this year as well, I was supposed to be part of Hitmen, and last minute there are a couple of different things happened. Then I had to field the team. So he's my Coimbatore cousin. We hail from Coimbatore in India. And Deepu and we played a few practice games together. So he's my Canton cousin. So that's the relationship with me. That's the DCL relationship between Arun, Deepu, and I here.
Oh, that's a fantastic story to hear. Yeah, that's a good story. Okay. So now I'll quickly jump to Gurdeep.
Yeah, it used to be Sachin Tendulkar, but now it's Virat Kohli.
Oh my God.
So that makes you officially in the bad books of Jagan. So.
Jagan. Okay. With that, I'll close my questions here, and I'll quickly go to Abhi. Abhi, start with your questions.
Yeah. Firstly, thank you for participating in DCL League, Arun, Dinesh, and Gurdeep. Taking up the role of leadership and responsibility for running the team. It might sound like a simple job to do, but I do understand the painstaking points of, getting everyone together, ensuring you have enough players, thinking about rotations, giving chance to everyone, and then there's finances. and the crucial call of sending umpires to which usually no one turns up. None of your players turns up. So kudos to all three of you for joining the league. My first question to Arun. Arun, welcome to the show again. I did have a question about Hitmen and the curiosity of the name, but I am taken aback by the fact that it's not named after Rohit Sharma.
That's right.
Anyway,
That's right.
Yeah. But coming back to the league of the experience of playing the league, right? I just wanted to ask you a simple question about how do you find this experience of leading a team in a T-ball league that is being played in a baseball diamond? That is something that you don't get much.
Absolutely.
Or this format is never played in other states, right? So
Yeah, exactly.
how do you describe this?
So I used to do captaincy for icebreakers. I used to be vice captain for icebreakers, but in few crucial matches I had chance to captain. So I've been in the leadership for almost 3 years with 3.5 to 4 years with icebreakers, but we never played DCL. We used to play Michigan Cup most of the time. But here just the addition of 5 overs makes a lot of difference. It's a different game. So I'm still learning to deal that, but playing in the diamond field with the T-ball, I do have few experience. I'm playing since 2016.
It's a good point that you mentioned about that 5 extra overs being changing the whole format in the league. I think we started off this radio show with that question, with Jagan asking a few of us about how difficult or how important that 5 overs are. My second question to you is, it's a very rare sight in DCL that we have the format where you play the same opponent twice. I think this is happening for the first time in the league.
Correct.
And what was the game plan before the start of the second game facing a team like Legends? And what is the plan going forward if you encounter a similar bowler like Harish in the league?
Exactly. So first game, so we have depth in our batting. So I mean, we made wind was completely in the opposite direction, and 3-4 of our important players we got caught in the long boundary and we got out. Still, we managed to score 80 plus. At the first game, Legends, I don't think they came with full strength. So the strength Harish can make a difference to any game. So the way he bowled against us, it was with that pace and it was not bouncing well, and he was cutting in. So I mean, anyone in our level would get out for that. So whatever we learned from that game, it's we need to show our character. We need to bounce back from this, and then what all things we learned, what we could have done better. But other than Harish, there were a few false shots which we played and we got out. But whatever Harish took, it's unplayable. Any day anyone would get out. So I mean, nothing much to worry about that game. Moving forward, we are going to play good cricket.
Thank you, Arun. Although you played the same opponent so far, I should say you did face one of the best bowling attacks in the league. I'm sure there's much to learn from that experience, and I really hope for your team to start fresh, as there are 8 more games to be played against good sides. So enjoy your league and good luck.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for your support. Yeah.
Over to you, MT.
Yeah, I do have common questions for all the captains. So maybe if you can finish your questions, then maybe I'll go next. Is that okay, Jagan?
Yeah, should be fine. Okay, so Abhi, you continue your questions with Dinesh and Gurdeep, and then Imti will start.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Dinesh, welcome to the show again. I'm Abhishek.
Hi.
I play for Indus Thunders. I should have introduced myself again before this. I play for Indus Thunders, and I've been part of this league for the last almost close to 10 years now. It's exactly to be 9 years to be precise. And my question, Dinesh, to you is, what was going through your mind in the first game when Naresh from Patriots was scoring runs at that high rate? How did you think you could have restricted him, or is there anything that you would have wanted to do things differently to restrict them to a low score and win that game?
No problem. Abhi, did you umpire us against Thunderbolts? Were you one of the umpires?
No.
He plays for
Okay, got it.
Thunderbolts? No.
Yeah, I
against
play for
Thunderbolts.
Indus Thunders. I play for Indus.
No, no. Yeah, I know you play for Indus Thunders. Okay, so then you couldn't have umpired our game.
No, I wasn't.
I played. Varma has played for me in the past when we were UCC. Then I've kept wickets for Dinesh Panditi for Beta CC.
Oh.
So I know a little bit of Indus Thunders. So, anyways, thanks.
Nice.
So coming back to the question. So that one, so again, there are a couple other things which I want to mention. I mentioned this to Jagan as well. Srini and Chandru are the two guys who are captaining. First two games, Srinivasan captained on field, right, for the games. I was pretty much taking a back seat for the first three games, and the third game, Chandru did. So the thought process for us as a team after we did the analysis was there were a couple of different things which happened. We did drop a few catches. Out of that, two would have gone to Naresh, and there was a caught behind which was not given, after which he scored an additional 30. So I'm not complaining. This is the first forum where I could. So this is what happened. What we were going through, we always felt that we were in the game. If we could get him out, is what our thought process was, because they were just, if you look at his status, like the sixes he hit, so he put away the bad balls, right? But the rest of it, we did bowl pretty well to him, so he couldn't go berserk. He didn't go like six, probably 3 sixes in an over, something like that. Did not happen. So we were in the game, but he did put those short balls away. There was a little bit of a win factor as well, but definitely good experience. We were never down and out. When someone is going at that rate, you're thinking you might be down and out. We weren't down and out because there were some good balls we were being delivered in between is what was going through our minds at that point of time.
Thank you for correcting me on that, Dinesh, because we don't get the complete picture from the scorecard, so it's always good to know how the team feels or how the players feels on the field. So my second question is, leaving that game out, you've had another two close encounters in the second and third, and almost pulled off a win against Thunderbolts and made sure you won against the third game. So what was the difference between these two games? How did you see this league as? Is it batsman friendly or bowler friendly now with the ball time, with the different ball and with the ground that we are playing in?
Yeah, I think the diamond part of it is like I've always trying to teach the cricket to the baseball guys here, right? I've always told the baseball people that cricket is times 4 because you guys are playing in one quadrant. You're not playing 360 is what I've made fun of the baseball people. So pretty much that's coming to haunt us here, right? So that is a blessing, but it's difficult with how with the wides being that minimal. So the margin is like pretty minimal, or else we can strategize it differently. It does add another feature to the entire league, and with people trying to correct, and a lot of our batsmen are trying to adapt to that situation and trying to find ways of not getting out and not getting tempted with the leg side boundaries type thing. So it is a good challenge. Between Thunderbolts and us, we know pretty much. I think Thunderbolts and us, we are great friends. Vinod and I are great friends. I know Thunderbolts, pretty much all of them, really well. So that was pretty much a brotherly affair, to say the least. We played the best team won. We didn't have experience chasing at that point of time. We could have. I think we could have accelerated a little bit earlier is what the thought process was. But that was a good learning curve for us, because we eventually, the last game, even though we took it to the last over, it was like a pretty comfortable chase for us. If you look at it, Arun came and played a match-changing innings there. But we definitely knew what we were doing for that third game because of the experience from the second game. And even the first game, all of these games we did bowl first. That's something which is on the field type thing. It's like before toss, we just three of us, Srini, Chandru, and I, we get together how we feel for the day, and that's how we go. We're not thinking too much about the opposition. How players play for the day or feel for the day is how we decide if we want to bowl or bat first. So that's a good experience from second game. That's how we won the third game.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I believe you playing 25th over, I mean, your team playing the 25th, 25 overs actually made the difference, both in the second and third game. Anyway, I do see that your team has a unique strategy of going with high number of bowlers. Was tempted to ask that question, but I didn't want you to put you in the spot.
No. No. Yeah, I did listen to your last analysis, right? That's true. And the big thing is like we are trying to see 2 new balls, 2 power players. So we'll have to strategize certain things based off of that. That's as simple as that, right? I don't want to give too much away, but still there are 2 new balls and the 2 power players there. So that's the big thing where we are doing it, and we are doing it on purpose. As you mentioned, the extras are down. They're not dibbly-dobbly bowlers. They are proper bowlers. So we just have to see which one clicks. For example, like last game, Hari bowled out like 5 overs, but the first 2 games he wouldn't have bowled 5 overs, So it was his day. So we have that options. I think you need to be open as a captain, and you just have to execute on the day. You just can't be so rigid on paper and go in. So that's what it is.
Yep. Thank you again for the comment, Dinesh. I see Chandran is in the top 5 competing against the top bowlers. Chandran from your team, and hope he continues to do well. And with the games played so far, I see your team has got that close game experience. And I wish to see your team do well in the league. Good luck, Dinesh.
So thank you for the continued support. You picked us against Dynamites to win, so thank you. So thanks for the support. Now, people people who are experienced in the league like you, we definitely appreciate the support there. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, Gurdeep, hi Gurdeep, welcome to the show again. And I remember picking Punjab Warriors when I had no idea how the team was, but you guys proved to be something else in the first game that you guys played. So the question following that game was, what do you think is the best way for your team to score runs in this tournament? Is it through boundaries or through gathering those twos and scoring that ones and twos? I had this question in mind for you because as your team started with a fly of scoring 190 odd runs in the league, which doesn't happen at all, and then collapsing to a low scores.
Yeah, I think it really depends on it depends on a lot of factors, actually. For example, in the first game, when we started off batting, right, we were not really hitting boundaries, right off the bat, right? Our openers, they were just trying to, they were trying to go for singles, doubles, and then if you look at if you look at the strike rate and number of boundaries, there weren't really too many boundaries. But once they settled down, that's when they actually started to go for big hits, because we didn't really lose our first wicket until I think 19th over. I don't remember exactly which over we lost, in which over we lost our first wicket. I mean, at that point, when you have 9 wickets in hand and you only have 7 or 8 overs to go, the next thing you would do is just go for the big hits. But and then going back and then going to the next game, I think whenever a team loses, there are usually a few different reasons why it loses. One reason would one of our main reasons was I think we're still learning the skill of chasing. Chasing is a skill, it's you gotta know at what pace you gotta score runs, and then you're also under pressure with the score rate and all that. So I think we're kind of choking while chasing. That's something we are working on right now. So your question, I'm sorry, what was your question again?
No, it's almost the same question. I mean, I just wanted to understand how you guys started up with scoring the 190, and my second question was what went wrong in the batting in second and third games, which probably you explained.
Yeah, I think in the second and third game we were chasing in both games, and I think we're still learning the skill of chasing. The other thing I would add to that is most of our players, they have not played with T-ball before, so everyone's kind of new to it, and they're still kind of adapting and adapting to the environment of T-ball tournament.
Right. No, trust me. Actually, that will play a major role because most of the batsmen, most of us who have played the game for so long, when we go onto the pitch, we know what T-ball can do, and we have so many things in our mind. But a player,
Yeah.
when he's fresh, he just plays his natural game. So again, I do understand, Gurudeep, that your team is actually playing in a tougher pool compared to the other two teams that we have, other two guests that we
Mhm.
have here. I really hope you guys should do better going forward. Good thing, to take away currently is you have top three. I mean, you have your three of your batsmen in the top 20 list because of the way you guys batted in the first game. So
Yep.
hope they continue to do the same, and all the best for the remaining games.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Imti, now it is your turn.
Yep. Thanks, Jagan. Again, welcome to all the three captains, Arun, Dinesh, and Gurdeep. It's wonderful for you guys to join the show and share your experiences and your thoughts on DCL. Again, like we mentioned, it's a tough job to be a captain, and that too new teams, getting people together and all that stuff. So kudos to you guys, and hopefully you'll perform well in the season. So with that, my questions are pretty more of generic type. So I would just put the question out, and maybe you guys can go one after the other. Arun, Dinesh, and Gurdeep in that order. So my first question is, like, I know some of you have already played DCL or other T-ball leagues, but as a new team playing together in this league, do you think new teams are at an advantage or disadvantage going into the league? Because, uh, like, if you look at it, like knowing who your opponents are and their history and performances, does that give you an edge, or going fresh into the field is that advantageous? Like, what are your thoughts on that, Arun?
Oh yeah, from my thought, like as a part of a new team captain, I would see like team requires some time or like a match experience to get the knowledge of how the other player plays and how to play along. So that will improve over the time. But other than that, like as my point of view, I wouldn't see like the history of the team and how they perform. Like it all depends on the particular day and how they perform. So it depends on each individual player. So I don't go with the names, but on their day, whoever performs, they are going to win.
Yeah. So to sum it up, you think it is advantageous as a new team or disadvantageous?
I couldn't say whether it's a disadvantage. Like I would say it's a minor disadvantage to get the knowledge of each player, how they would perform in the match. Like in practice, it's all different from the actual match experience. So that requires some time. Like other than that, there is no disadvantage.
Yep. Okay. Dinesh, your thoughts?
Hi, MP. Thanks. You remind me of a very good friend of mine, Imtiaz from India. So good talking to you. So I think new team definitely is an advantage. There are a few names which people know. For example, our team, we all started off, most of us playing for Safaris initially, then for Marcos, and then we are here. So some big names from then. People look at their names, they know who the person is, so they have some sort of advantage. But there are a couple of other surprises. There are other good players, performers who are new to the league. So that way, it's definitely going to be a surprise for those guys, right? For the new opposition. But after 3 games, I think all the advantage is lost, and whoever's performed, people take note. And I've seen better teams who play DCL for a while now, senior teams, if you will. They do strategize better, so it might be, it's neutralized after the first 3 games. But at least for the first 3 games, we did see that a couple of our key players were not in the radar for the opposition, so that was an advantage there. But right now, it's neutral.
Okay. Gurdeep, your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't think there's any disadvantage, to be honest. And like Dinesh and Arun mentioned, like knowing some of the players' reputation, it does give us a little like an idea about our game plan. So yeah, to answer your question, I don't see any disadvantage.
Okay, that's refreshing to hear, and I think, yeah. So again, it's up to each individual how they perceive this question. So Again, good to hear your feedback on this on that topic. My second question is again a general question for all of you guys. So now that you have played the league for a month, obviously some of you have played 3 games, some of you 2, and because of rain, we really have not played that much cricket as we would have expected in the first month. But then, uh, so I know obviously everybody plays to win the tournament and go as far as possible. But at this point, like, do you have a check point saying that okay, what are our realistic chances? What is our target in this season? Like, are we trying to go to the playoffs? Try to even go further? Obviously, you'll try to win, yes, but like at a realistic level, like what are your thoughts after the 1 month of the league? Your team's chances, basically.
So in my point, okay, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Arun, go ahead.
Oh yeah, sure. So in my point of view, like I would take one game at a time, in the sense like how we are approaching. It's not about how like winning or losing. It's about how we are playing the game. So if we play the game, like the result would decide on who plays well. So I'm more focused on making our players to get to play good cricket and in a positive way and also like in a competitive way. So like we don't have a long picture of like what we want to do. So we are just taking one game at a time and execute it.
So if I'm understanding correctly, you're trying to learn as much as you can with each passing game and then reassess once the season progresses.
Not about learning. Like we I'm just taking one game at a time, not thinking like what I want to do in entire 8 games. So every game we are trying to see how we are going to win this.
Okay,
so
fair enough.
We really don't have a long check plan for the season.
Okay, Dinesh, your thoughts?
Yeah. So we are pretty positive about it, right? So are we confident of beating all the teams? Not really, but if like any other teams, like if our key players, whoever needs to click, if they can click, then we can upset any team is the approach we have. And we don't analyze a game too much, right? So we pretty much discuss whatever, probably a few pointers after the game, then we leave it at that and come and focus on our individuals. And we are not planning too much of stats and looking at what the other team has done and who's going to play. In a tournament like DCL, it's like where there's open roster, there's just no way, right? The personnel might change, and there might be a new personnel added to just that game who is available, a superstar from somewhere. If he's available, he might play. So that way, we're just trying to concentrate on our game. But we are pretty upbeat about going into each game. As I said, if our strategy of our players, if our guys, a couple of our guys click, then we should be able to upset any team. Is the thought process here. I don't know if we'll make it to the playoffs, but I wish we could make it to the playoffs. Yeah.
Actually, that was my follow-up question, just to extend the question. Like, do you think you'll make it to the playoffs? So you kind of alluded to that there. So
okay. Definitely looking forward to it. That's the thought process. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, yep. Thanks, Dinesh. Gurdeep?
Yeah. To answer your question, I think we're definitely aiming for playoffs. But I think Arun and Dinesh mentioned some good points. Arun mentioned that they're just trying to take one game at a time. I think that's a very sensible approach, like not to get overconfident and not run ahead of yourselves. So that would be a very sensible approach. And Dinesh mentioned that like sometimes, a lot depends on your players' availability. Like with so many leagues going on, like sometimes, a lot of your players are not even available because they're playing other leagues. So like if I had all my team, let's say I was going in with my full team, then I think we have the confidence to beat any team in DCL. But then it also comes down to players' availability, right? So that's when like you gotta make the best with what you have, right? But to answer your question, we're definitely aiming for playoffs.
Okay, that's good and refreshing again to hear. And I like the confidence of all the 3 captains here. though new teams, you're upbeat about your cricket. You're really looking forward to each and every game and like learning through it and then taking one game at a time. I think that's a really good approach for all the new teams and new players that are playing the league. So Jagan, do we have time for one more question? If
Yeah,
not, then
sure,
maybe
sure.
we can go.
Yeah, sure. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah. Again, this is again. You guys can refuse to answer this question. Again, it's just a generic question. Like if you have to name one person from your team, like who could be a game changer, like who would that be from your team? Like Arun. Again, you can refuse to answer. You don't have to give out the secrets and all stuff. But like, from a captain's perspective, yeah.
I mean, yeah, in our team, Shashank Gowda, I mean, he can change the game. He has a capability to change the game. Yep.
So he is a batsman, bowler, like maybe.
He's a batsman and a
Okay.
part-time bowler. But in batting wise, I think any day he can change the game.
Okay, Dinesh.
Yeah, Srinivasan Elmalai, all-rounder. So last time he played for Marcos, he was their MVP, and he pretty much is number 7, I believe, in the stats. So it's got to be Srini.
Yeah, I do know Srinivas. I only played against him in one game, maybe the last season, and I do specifically remember him from that game. So I'm sure he's one of your best players. So yep, that's good to know. And
yeah.
Gurdeep?
Thank you.
Yeah, so we actually have a few different game changers in our team. Like I don't want to be unfair to anyone, but if I had to name one, and the one who's like performing really good right now, he's our batsman Manjinder Singh.
Manjinder Singh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's all that I had from my end, Jagan. So again, thanks everybody. So thanks for sharing your thoughts and being very honest and open. So really appreciate you guys' feedback. So thank you.
Okay.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for giving us opportunity to talk. Thank you, Jagan.
So I want all of you guys to wait here. Okay. We are going to an important segment now, which is prediction. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll tell the game, and if you belong to that team, suppose the first game I'm going to ask is MCC Miles versus Punjab Warriors. So I don't want to put Gurdeep in tough situation. So yeah, so I will skip him. I'll skip him, but remaining all can predict. Okay, and likewise, we'll finish all the games. And please be here, and we'll do it very quickly. The first game of the night is MCC Miles versus Punjab Warriors. I'll start with our analysts first, and then I'll come to the captains. Okay, I'll start with Abhi.
So I think I'll definitely pick Punjab Warriors for the fact that we have Gurdeep on the call, and also for the fact that he did mention a few points. That's right. His team did struggle a bit while chasing, but they were actually on the go when they batted first. And also not to forget the fact that they played very good teams, Glads and Sterling Strikers. So I'll take MCC Miles on the other hand. I don't think they haven't won the game so far. So I'll go with Punjab Warriors.
Okay, Imti?
Yeah, I think this one will be a very interesting game, to be honest, because MCC Miles coming with no wins so far in the season, and then Punjab Warriors did have a few good games under their belt, so we'll be confident going into this game. But from an experience perspective, I think I'll still give it to MCC Miles this one last time. I'll give them a chance and see if they can bounce back strong. So MCC Miles for me. Again, nothing taking away nothing from Punjab Warriors. I do believe in your team, but I think MCC Miles has some experience behind them that can get them past this game.
Okay, so I'll go with Arun.
Yes, Jagan. So MCC Miles have experience. They have been playing DCL for quite some time. But as Deep mentioned, Punjab Warriors team, they're all proper players. It looks like they can change the game. They are just getting accustomed to the DCL ball. But I guess my go would be Punjab Warriors.
Okay, Dinesh.
Okay, no offense to Sanjay and my Tamil cousins. I'm going with my Canton cousins, Punjab Warriors.
Okay, fantastic. So Punjab Warriors has more support here. Okay, good luck.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
Okay,
For sure.
I'll send
then
And I
I'll
think
send your
KK
I'll
sent
send
his
your paycheck.
predictions.
I'll send your paycheck as we agreed on as we all agreed. No, I'm just kidding.
okay. The next game of the night is MI Rangers versus Sterling Strikers. So everybody can answer now. I'll start with Abhi first.
It's going to be Sterling Strikers for me. They've been doing very good so far in the league. I think I'll pick Sterling Strikers again for this one.
Yeah, yeah, they are doing really great. Imti.
Well, I'm actually surprised that Abhi went with Sterling Strikers. But just looking at both the teams, I think MI Rangers has an all-rounded squad, and I think they have players for cover all the bases, I think. And whereas Sterling Strikers is, at least until now, I think we have only heard about Raza Ali and one other person in the team that have performed so far. So I think MI Rangers is a well-rounded, well-balanced team, and I think MI Rangers has it to beat Sterling Strikers.
Actually, I thought Abhi will pick MI Rangers because they have
Yeah, that's
MI.
why I was surprised too when he picked
They,
Sterling
well,
Strikers.
they have MI in their name. Michigan, sorry. So,
No, I'm just going with the fact that Sterling Strikers have won 3 games in a row, whereas MI just played only one, and but they batted very well. They made a statement, but I still feel it might be Sterling Strikers.
okay. So before I go to Arun, there is a nice message from Satish, and he said, good. It's good to see new talent on the show, and which will boost the interest of the cricket in with the new teams. Okay. Um, and he's sending his good wishes to all of three of you guys. That is Satish, captain of legends. Okay. Okay.
Thank
I'll
you.
go to Arun. Arun.
Sure, Jagan. I've played for MA Rangers in Leatherball, so I know their team well. So based on my experience, there are a lot of good talents, and they still have most of the players still playing. So yeah, so they have a very balanced team in terms of like bowling and batting and a few all-rounders like Adi. So I would go with MA Rangers.
Okay, Dinesh.
Yeah, same thing. I was more going towards Sterling Strikers, but like once he mentions Adi, Arun mentions Adi. I've seen them crick indoor. We played against them this season. Hopefully, MI Rangers can pull it off. I'm pretty confident they can pull it off there.
Okay, Deepu.
I'll go with MI Rangers because I think somebody mentioned a good point that not all of Sterling Strikers players are performing. Like so far, only like 2 or 3 or 4 people are performing, and when that's the case, like teams, like it's always good when like more than half people perform in the team and that team wins. So I don't know too much about MI Rangers, but I've heard a lot of good things about them. So I'm gonna go with them.
Okay, so MI Rangers all the way. And the next game of the night is Micah versus AR Phantoms. I'll start with Abhi.
This is a tough pick actually. This is going to be because it's pretty difficult to analyze which might win. But I might just go with fluke here. I'll pick AR Phantoms because I feel they are a better team of the two. And yeah, AR Phantoms for me.
Okay, I see. Actually, I thought of asking it's a 5-0 contest with Phantoms. 5-0. That's what
Yeah.
I thought of asking like that, but I wanted to give a chance. Imti.
Yeah, again, this is a tough pick. Both teams haven't registered a win yet, and I think this is a chance for them to at least register the winning points for the first time and get some confidence going into the next games. Uh, to be honest, like I really don't know who to pick. I'll just go with random. I'll go with Micah, just to go
Okay.
against Abhi here. So
Okay, actually, both are
Micah.
both these teams are rookie teams for DCL. In fact, I also invited these two guys for the show, so that I can see all the captains, the rookie captains together. But
The
unfortunately,
only
they
the
could
only
not.
thing I can say is Micah at least have some familiar names that I have seen in the league in the past. So maybe just for that fact, I'll just pick Micah.
Okay, unfortunately, those names are not playing in all the new faces. I see all the new faces there. Okay, I'll quickly go to Arun. Arun, are you there?
Hey, Jagan, sorry. Yep. From my side, I don't have knowledge of both the teams. I just have to bluff, so I'm going with Micah.
Oh, oi. Okay. Dinesh.
Yeah, I'm going with Rajesh and Air Phantoms. Rajesh and I, we played DCL for Safaris, so I know how difficult it is to start a new team, brother Rajesh. So I'm going with Rajesh. We played a practice game. Uh, they've got a point to prove. So Air Phantoms there.
Gurdeep.
So I will go with AR Phantoms because I'm looking at their match. They both played against GLCC. AR Phantoms made 121 while chasing, and then Micah they betted first and they got out 56 for 9. So just based on that game, it looks like Phantoms they have betting strength.
Okay, very good. So the next one is Gladiators versus Poker City, which is going to be very, very interesting game. Okay, and I'll start with Abhi.
If we thought Gladiators or GLCC was washed out, and then this game comes up, it's very difficult to pick.
Yeah.
So these two teams are, they've always been the contenders for the last 5, 6, 10 years. I would say, I don't know. But again, coming to the facts of this year, Jagan, I think Pokeries have the edge because Glads have been actually put down to a lower score, which I'm sure they would agree. 80 or 90 for their standard is definitely a lower score. Pokeries on the other side are looking pretty strong in their batting, so I'll give it to Ravi Naral and Pokeries for this game.
Yeah, see, this is one of Gladiators against Punjab Warriors. I was umpiring on the other ground. I at some point of time I thought Punjab Warriors are going to pull off that game. Unfortunately, after the first wicket, they could not sustain. Okay, I think Gurdeep will agree with that. Imti.
Well, this is one of the games to watch out this weekend. Superstar teams, again, like Abhi mentioned, these two teams have always been contenders for the last 4 or 5 years, and two very strong teams. But this year, looking at the performances, again, I would agree with Abhi. Pokeries having a slight edge because they have had some convincing wins under their belt, whereas Gladiators have won games, but then it's not up to their benchmark, or they haven't had convincing wins according to me. So, and again, this being a Saturday game, both teams have some other league players, so it all comes down to availability, I think. And then just looking at all these factors, I think Pokeries has a slight edge. Pokeries for me.
Okay, Arun.
Yes, Jagan. So it's a tough call. So both are amazing teams. Here, while looking at the batting of Pokeries, it's very settled, very balanced with Neil and Raghu playing in the middle. So that's a key for DCL. So I would go with Pokeries.
Dinesh.
Okay. Quick mention, I have a cousin from Ooty who plays for Gladiators, Satish Ramalingam, to put the pressure on Gladiators, right, with whatever has happened. I'm just going to pick Pokeries. We have a lot of expectation for Gladiators. They have not lived up to that expectation, I think, this season. So going with Pokeries for the exact facts like Neil and Raghu, I know both of them, how they play, as Arun mentioned there. So Pokeries for this one.
Fantastic. Gurdeep.
I'll go with Gladiators. I think their best performance is around the corner.
Fantastic. That's a nice way of ending this this game. Okay, the next one is Spartans versus Hitmen. Abhi.
It's a tough pick for me again. It's my team name.
Oh man, what a game is this one. Spartans is your ex-team. I cannot call it. That's still that is the team that you started. And
Yes.
Hitman is something you like. Okay, so it's a tough one for you. Okay.
Yeah. No, Spartans. Just a correction. I mean, it's not the team that I started anymore. But the name, I have a pretty close bonding with the name.
Yeah.
But coming to the facts of this game, Hitmen. Although they lost 2 games, but they played only the same team. And they bundled out, they've got out to a lower score only because of the fact of Harish. But minus Harish, they have actually done pretty well. Spartans, on the other hand, they're coming off with a stronger win of beating Brownstone as well. So Spartans, given the experience, they might have the slighter edge. So nothing to take away from Arun, but I might go with Spartans in this game.
Okay. Before I go to Imti, I just got a news that Arjuna Jibani won't be playing tomorrow's game against Poklis. Okay, so he's not in town. He's in.
You mean Saturday's game, Jagan. Saturday's game, not tomorrow.
Sorry, yeah, Saturday's game. Yeah.
Jagan is rushing to the weekend. He's rushing to the weekend.
Yeah, I love weekends, man. Okay, Imti.
Yeah, Spartans versus Hitmen again. I believe this will be a close contest. Just going by the performances so far. Just looking at the confidence levels, I think Spartans has a slight edge. Looks to be more balanced at this point, so I'll give it to Spartans again. I'll give this to Arun. Maybe take this as a challenge and prove me wrong next week. So hopefully we can talk about this game.
Sure, I will try my best.
One word I missed tonight from Imti is mouth watering. Okay, that is something I missed tonight. Okay, I'll quickly go to Dinesh. Dinesh, your pick.
Okay, yeah. I've been on the receiving end of Nadeem Khan, Leatherball, T-ball, all of that, but I'm going with my brothers. It should have been my team, so Hitmen for me. Good luck, Arun.
Okay. Deepu.
I will go with Hitmen because I think they perform really good against Legends.
Okay, cool. Detroit Bulls versus Legends. Okay, I'll start with I would say 5-0 Legends. Any objections there?
No.
Anybody in the
No.
Anybody thinks Bulls can win this game against Legends? Okay.
No, Legends all the way.
Legends all the way. Okay, I'll quickly go to the next one. KRCC versus Blasters. I'm not asking Imti for this one. Okay, I'll start with Abhi. KRCC.
I use the term now, Jagan. It's the mouth-watering contest between KRCC and Blasters. So I believe Blasters will be able to do it. I think also having the fact that I have Inti here, I want to push their team ahead. Also, despite the fact that KRCC is also a very, very strong team, and I will be umpiring this game. So, Imti, if you want any side deals, you can talk about it.
I was
If you are umpiring, you cannot
hoping
pick anything. You cannot pick.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah,
That's what I
sorry.
was hoping that you would skip
Oh,
the
if I'm
prediction
umpiring, I
for
cannot
this
pick
game.
a game. I cannot
You
pick a
No,
game.
it's not like that. It's okay.
You are not allowed to pick. Okay, per our DCL radio rules. Okay, so I'm sorry. Both analysts are out tonight. Okay, I'll quickly go to our captains. They will decide. Arun, I'll start with Arun. KRCC
Yep.
versus Blasters.
Yeah, it's a close contest, but I know Blasters. Like I've umpired a couple of games, so I know how good they are in batting. So I'm going with Blasters.
Blasters. Okay, Dinesh.
Yeah, I'm going with my childhood friend and the name itself, KRCC. For his sake.
Okay, now it is tied 1-1. Okay, Deepu is going to break this one.
To be honest, I don't know anything about these two teams. So if I just had to pick one, I'll go with Blasters.
Blasters. Okay, so some edge there for Blasters. Luck factor. Let's hope.
Jagan, I think we already upsetted Yogesh if he's already listening, so he's going to come strong now.
Whatever it is, let's see. Gurdeep.
So you made it tough for us, Abhi.
He's the one who who broke the tie. So let's see how effective it is going to be. Let's quickly get into our next game. FCC Agni versus Brownstone. I'm thinking Brownstone. They'll see probably the first win. Okay, I'll start with Abhi.
Yeah, I'll choose Brownstone because I want to push this team. I mean, I've not seen Brownstone so down, at least with the scorecards and on the statistics, and I really wish for this team to win. Although the fact that FCC Agni is much stronger team compared to the way the form of the Brownstone is in. So just because of the fact that the Brownstown needs a push. I want Brownstown to win this game.
Okay, if they lose this game, and I'm guessing Brownstown is completely out of DCL for this year, and so
Yeah, that
they
could
won't
be the fact.
playoffs maybe for the first time. Okay, Imti.
Yeah, for that very fact that Brownstown needs a win in this game for sure, or else their chances are really dwindling down. Brownstown will definitely come with full force, is what I'm guessing. But then that will definitely push FCC Agni to perform better. I think gradually FCC Agni has improved their performances over the last few games coming into the season. I'll just give a challenge to Brownstown and I'll pick FCC Agni here. So Agni for me.
Okay, Arun.
Yeah, so both teams are good, but like as he said, so Agni is gradually improving, so I would go with Agni as well.
Wow. Okay, Dinesh.
Yeah, I'm going with the Agni, knowing Ramesh and how he leads and the team camaraderie there. I think I just have to go with the FCC Agni.
Deepu.
I'm going with Brownstown.
Brownstown. Cool. Okay. So the next game of the night is Patriots versus Thunderbolts, and this is going to be another good game. I'll start with Abhi.
I'll pick Patriots for this.
Okay.
Patriots for me.
Imti.
Same here for me, Patriots. But again, Thunderbolts has been playing really good cricket, so hopefully they continue and give some good fight to Patriots. But Patriots has it in them to beat Thunderbolts.
Arun.
Yeah, I will go with Patriots.
Wow. Dinesh.
Thunderbolts. I can't let down Thunderbolts. It's sort of round 2 for me against Patriots. If I can, probably I'm going to be cheering from the other ground for these days. Thunderbolts. They're capable of an upset. Trust me. I know that team in and out, inside out, I should say. Thunderbolts for me.
Fantastic. Deepu.
Patriots.
Patriots. Okay. Patriots leading there. The next game is Raptors versus UCA. Okay. And I'll skip Dinesh here. I'll go to Abhi first.
Yeah, if UCA can repeat what they've done against the Dark Horses and the Dynamites and other teams that they played, right? Thunderbolts, right? I feel they're going to give a very good fight to Raptors, but Raptors are a much experienced team. So I believe it's going to be a very good challenge for Dinesh and team to, that they're going to face a very good team in their league now, in the next match. So I believe Raptors have the edge for this game.
Imti.
Yeah, this again I think will be a close game because Raptors has just played one game so far. UCA is doing well so far, and I think Raptors, from an experience perspective, has an edge. But then that being said, UCA, if you can win this game, I think that will change the face of your team and you'll be regarded higher in the rankings, I would say. So Raptors is my pick, but then again, I think UCA will have good learning opportunity in this game.
Okay. Arun.
Yeah, like Dinesh, I know how he's leading the team and taking the team forward. I really wish him the best, but I mean, it's a Raptors, like they have a long history of experience they know how to win the game. So I would go with Raptors.
Raptors, okay. Debo.
UCA.
UCA, cool.
Thank you, brother.
Brotherhood love.
Yes. Candle love.
Candle love. By the way, I live a little bit south of Canton. Okay, so you can share that affection to me also. I live in
absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. The next game of the night is Safari versus Dark Horses. Okay, and probably I'm seeing one of the best games in this combo. I'll start with Abhi.
I feel it's Safaris for me. Dark Horses still have few issues to be addressed, right? Their Rahul is being their main player again, and then others. Although the last game others have stepped up, but their lower order is still collapsing, not getting enough runs on this last 6 or 7, 8 overs. So, but Safaris on the other hand, they've played well against Indus Thunders. They've played well against the other teams as well. So, I'm guessing Safaris this game.
Okay, Imti.
Yeah, for this game, I'll not go with experience here and then pick Safaris just for the fact that I think Dark Horses is heavily dependent on one or two players in Pankaj and Rahul. I think others need to step up and push the team up. So Safaris is doing well. So just based on the performance, I'll go with Safaris.
Arun,
Yeah, Safaris are doing well. I think they're in good rhythm, so I would go with Safaris.
Dinesh.
Yeah, Safaris, first of all, loyalty towards Venkat and my very first DCL team, Safaris. So, and they've been doing well. A couple of those players there, I've been watching them close contests, both those games in the Thunders and Troy Hawks. So, Safaris current form for me.
Deepu.
Safaris.
Okay. The last game of the night is FCC versus SSK. Can we call this 5-0 FCC? Any objections or any opportunity for changing that?
I
No,
would go
Yeah.
with SSK.
Yeah,
Oh.
same here. We can't leave out Lingappan there.
Okay.
No, not happening.
Yeah, okay, let's go. This is the last game, so I'll go round table. So I'll start with Abhi.
No, FCC for me, because I feel FCC is much comparatively much experienced team. So yeah, FCC.
Okay, empty.
Yeah, I'll go with FCC too, but then again, not taking anything away from SSK. They have showed some great performances in the last few weeks, so SSK will definitely give a good challenge to FCC, but I think FCC has it covered
Okay.
all round. Yeah.
Arun.
Yeah, so FCC is a very good team, but the same case like SSK, it's almost like near to equal team. But I know most of the SSK players how they play, so I would go with SSK.
SSK. Dinesh.
Yeah, same here. SSK, Lingappan and Arun and a couple of other guys there. Even Vishnu for that matter. Yeah, that's a good team again. As I said, the team camaraderie. Not that FCC doesn't have it, for sure they do. But SSK, it's one of those local things where I have a lot of admiration for SSK over the years. Yeah, SSK.
Okay. Deepu.
FCC.
FCC. Okay. With that, we have closed. We have completed all the games, and we will close the show with the last words from our analysts and from the captains. Okay. I will start with Abhi.
Thank you again, Jagan. Thank you, listeners, for taking out your time and staying tuned. We are again slightly overboard on time. And thank you, Arun, Dinesh, and Gurdeep, who gave us a good opportunity to know you guys better and closer. Coming back from the long weekend, July and August are going to be very, very busy months for the league, as most of the games will be played in these 2 months. And also, in addition to this, it's going to be an interesting week for the sports enthusiasts with Copa America, Euro, and Wimbledon finals. So enjoy your weekend. Good luck to all the players.
Okay, Imti.
Yeah, I'd like to thank all our listeners again for tuning in and listening to the show. And I would also thank our captains here, Arun, Dinesh, and Gurdeep. Thanks for joining the show and sharing your thoughts. And it was nice knowing you guys. And good luck for your games this week. And I'd also wish all the teams playing good luck for this week. And hopefully we get some good cricket and talk about it in our next show. So good luck, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.
Arun.
Thank you everyone for listening to the show, and thanks Jaren for giving us opportunity to talk about our team and to share our experience. Thanks again. Thanks everyone.
Dinesh.
Yeah, thanks Jagan, Imti, and Abhi, especially Jagan for inviting us UCA. Again, good chatting along with Arun from Hitmen, as he said. Some loyalty there, and Deepa, my cousin here. So it was good. It was great fun, and thank you to all the listeners. What, 350, Jagan, I believe?
Yes, 360,
Yeah.
64 or something like that. Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Deepu.
Thank you.
Yep. Thanks, Jagan, Imti, and Abhi for inviting us. It's been a great show, a really fun show. And also thanks to Dinesh and Arun for being for being great tonight. And it's been a really great experience so far, playing all the matches, and it's going to be even more exciting moving forward. So thank you, everyone.
Okay, with that, we'll close tonight's show with a great thank you to all the three rookie captains, and thank you for coming and joining the show. On I mean, in fact, it's very short notice, and once again, thanks from my bottom of my heart for joining here, and it's a privilege, and I think I'm blessed to have you guys here. And also thank you to Abhi and Imti, and you guys really asked nice tough questions with the new teams, and I'm sure they enjoyed all those questions, answering all those questions. So with that, we'll close tonight's show. Thank you. Keep listening DCL Radio.